Provita Fitness, located in the heart of Germantown, your neighborhood spot for personal training, small group fitness, and 24 access to everything you need in a gym. First class is free. Come by today for a free consultation to find out more.
Hello again, Nashville Fit fam. We are back with another fantastic episode of the Nashville Fit Podcast from the Game Day Men's Health Studio. We are here live. I am here. My name is Savanna Hill. Y'all can call me Sav. And he's already laughing at me, and he hasn't even said anything.
What's up, Sav? I am the Gerell Webb. Yeah.
Yes, you
What's
are.
good?
Yes, you are. You know.
A lot of questions today, Sav. You know where I'm going.
I don't know where you're going. Never know where you're going.
You know where I'm going with this. What's going on right now?
Oh, the outfit.
Why are you so formal?
Well, I'm librarian Sav today.
Skateboard Sav, baby.
Gerell walks in and goes, "What are we skateboarding today?"
I didn't know what was going
and I said,
on.
No,
I know.
we're just gay today.
I've been accused of not reading the email, so I know Terry told us, "Hey, you guys need to dress formally today."
This is so if you'll, is this my camera? These boots
are made for walking. Come on, hamstrings. Yeah. Yeah.
You see that? Okay, if you didn't see that because you're not watching the YouTube video, I'm wearing Vivo barefoot boots, and they are a lifestyle pair of boots. They're probably the most comfortable pair of shoes in general I've ever worn in my life. They feel like Uggs, but without being Uggs.
Yeah.
Like they're so comfortable. But yeah, I'm wearing them because they're a lifestyle shoe. I worked out this morning, and
Did you work out in those?
I did not work out
No?
in these. I worked out in my other Vivos.
Are those boots made for walking? Or
They are indeed made for walking.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just wearing them with a lifestyle outfit.
Different colors or no?
They do
do they
have
come in
different
white?
colors. I have the white pair. They have a black pair, and I think they have a brown pair as well. They're super cute. But yeah, they're really cozy. So I'm kind of like trying them out with some fall wear.
Gotcha.
The fit of the day.
Okay.
But yeah,
I don't know if I've ever seen you in real clothes, Sav.
I know.
I'm just thinking about
I'm
like,
fidgety when
I
I'm
was
wearing real
kind of like,
clothes.
I was wondering what was going on when I walked in. Like,
I know. I'm actually quite hot in this sweater, so we'll see how
take it
long
off.
this
Feel free.
lasts.
Feel free. Yeah. Sweater to boxing. You went winter, not
I really did.
not fall. You're like it's twin. Like everybody's confused right now. Looking at the
still
video,
70
like
degrees
is it?
outside.
Yeah, sunny and 70. And Sav is like, yeah.
Well,
So I got these boots.
I need to do like some content with these boots, and so that's why I'm like, I thought after the podcast today, it's a nice, fall day. Maybe I'll go film myself walking down the street. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
It's not weird at all. Yeah, no,
I know, right? That's why it's so hard to do lifestyle content.
That's not weird at all.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, well, all right. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss another email.
No,
I need to
well, you missed the memo
run to
on
the car and change.
getting Vivos,
well,
which you should totally get.
I'm more of a. Is this my? I don't have good hamstrings. Is this my camera? I had to hold mine up. Like I'm more of a Metcon Nike guy. So but
shoe high five right now?
if you guys, huh?
You want a shoe high five right now?
A shoe? Is that? There you go.
We just shoe high five.
Yeah, see, no
Shoe five.
competition. Shoe high five. So whatever your workout preference is, go with that. We're gonna get into.
Yeah,
can we
I
jump
have no comment
into the pod a little bit?
Yeah, let's move into that.
So this, our first title sponsor. We're gonna get into the basket debate, which is brought to us by Restore Hyper Wellness and Defiance Fuel. And so our basket is pretty infamous. For you guys that don't know, we didn't introduce the light-skinned young lady
That is
that's
totally
sitting
mine.
here. Her name is Krystal Duncan, also known as KD, the Muff Trainer.
Okay.
Put a little spice on it. You know what I mean?
All right. Appreciate it.
So we'll get into your story, but first, it's kind of like our icebreaking segment. So this is just a random idea. And we're
Okay.
going to debate whatever it is that's on this idea. So it could be like, is Krystal natty or not? Do you think Krystal has a BBL? Like those kind of questions. I'm not sure if Terry is.
It's funny. Before you got here, I was
You
explaining.
asked her if she had a BBL?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Definitely not.
funny before you got here. I actually asked her, is that
What
real?
is wrong with
You know, first of all, I'm ashamed that I only learned what that acronym stood for like 2 weeks ago. And
Okay.
second of all, before you got here, I was explaining to her like kind of just the layout of the show and how it was going to go. And I said, we're not going to put you on the hot seat. You know, like, we're not going to, like,
her,
you know, I was telling her about the basket debate. I'm like, it's not like that deep, you know, the basket debate. And then you just asked her if she had a PBL.
Yeah.
Like, I promised her.
I mean, you know, you guys can go to her IG and judge for yourself. You know, that's between. We won't ask you. Feel free to take one and then pass one aside.
Okay.
And then pass the basket aside.
All right, let's do it.
I'll jump into it first while you guys unwrap. All right. Oh, wow. Right. One. Oh, it's supposed to say on the count of three. Okay. Terry got me look like I can't read. All right. On the count of three.
On the count of three.
Everyone says the worst Christmas gift they've ever received in unison.
That's a good one. But
I'm trying to think of what's the worst Christmas gift I've ever received. Yeah.
Don't go out of turn.
Don't overthink, Sav.
What's the worst
I mean,
Christmas gift?
I've gotten really good ones.
Y'all ready?
I've had something I didn't like before.
All right, you say that. All right, here we go.
right.
1, 2, 3.
Socks.
Some grandma booty.
Oh my God.
What'd you say?
Like some grandma booty like shoes with like a wide square toe and a low
Booties? Okay.
like booties,
Interesting.
like ankle booties.
booty shoes.
Yeah.
I was like,
Okay.
what is this? But
We
thank
all said
you.
socks, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was
That's
like
the easiest go-to.
some-
Yeah.
Yeah, they were
But like, I'm pretty
like
sure
socks.
what's not fair about
I
that
like
answer is
socks
I
too,
asked
but
for
not
those.
socks. Then why was that the worst gift if you got
Because
what you
I
asked
asked for it, and it's just a boring thing to ask for, but I need it. It's like that was the year I was like probably my early 20s, broke. Like, mom and dad,
Can I have some socks?
can you help me survive? Thanks.
Wow, you probably didn't have to wait for Christmas for that. You probably could have asked before, and they would have sent you
No,
some socks.
because
Like,
I probably could have.
you didn't have to wait till like I'll wait till Christmas to ask
Well,
for
when
these
you're
socks.
in your early 20s, you think you're supposed to have it all figured out.
Yeah.
So you're like, I can't ask mom and dad before Christmas for socks. Like, I have to take care of myself. I'll wait till Christmas to buy socks.
You're a better person than I am because I would have called home and like, Mom, I need some socks. Some
Yeah,
underwear."
they would have helped me out if I was really needing some socks.
All right, Chris, what you
Okay.
got?
So if you were trapped on an island and had only one Christmas song available on a radio, what song would it be?
Oh, I know mine.
I know mine too. Everyone's
Yeah,
gonna
I know
hate it.
mine.
I know mine.
What's yours?
Okay, go.
Jingle Bell Rock.
That's a good one.
Are you serious? That's your one that would really?
It's kind of hype.
It's kind
It
of
has
hype.
such an iconic
I don't
intro.
think it's.
A little bit.
I don't think it's hype at all. What's yours, Sav? Sav is the music person. I'm interested to see what yours is.
Everyone's gonna
be.
hate my answer. It's hard because I love Christmas music. It's all great. You can go oldies, like you can go like rock in the round. There's the classics.
Jeez.
Or
Okay.
I never get tired of Mariah Carey ever.
I knew you were going to
Wow.
say
A lot
it.
of people do, but it's just like pumpkin spice for
Like-
me. I don't get tired of it.
Jeez.
Like,
That's a good analogy.
What's yours?
Okay, clearly I'm the only black person here. It's either going to be "Let It Snow" by Boys II Men or "Temptation Silent Night." It's gonna
Okay.
be. It's gonna be one
I
of
like
those.
the Temptations.
This
It's
is
gonna
really
be one of
good.
those.
You've thought about this.
Those are my two. Like, it's not Christmas for me until I hear that on the radio.
Yeah.
Not like I play it. I have to like turn the radio on and they like.
and then it comes on.
Literally the only time of year I listen to
Yeah.
the radio. But one of those would be my.
Those are good answers.
Yeah.
I like those. I mean, it is better than my answer.
No, whatever. I mean, it's whatever gets you in the mood.
I mean,
you know?
I love all Christmas music.
I
It's hard
think,
to choose.
Jingle Bell Rock.
mean, you
That
go
was- it's
Dean
kind of hype.
Martin.
It's
It gives.
actually not.
Frank
It doesn't
Sinatra.
give at all.
Home Alone, and that's
That's
like my
what it is,
favorite
Home Alone.
Christmas
Okay. Is that your
movie
favorite Christmas
ever.
movie?
It really is. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
I love
It puts me in like Christmas spirit and the
Mine
Christmas
is
story.
Elf. The Christmas Story and Elf.
Yeah.
Elf and the
Yes.
Christmas Story.
Both of
Until,
those,
yeah,
yeah.
again, I got what? What?
Did you watch
I
Santa
love
Claus?
Will Ferrell for one, and then two,
Yes.
Elf is just like,
Classic.
bro, this is the best movie ever.
It's like a new age classic.
It's the best movie
yeah,
ever, man.
it's the best cup of
Like,
coffee in the world.
Yeah, it's like it's not though. She's like, it's horrible. It's like, no, it's the best. See what I
No,
mean?
it's
like
the best cup.
It's so many like taglines in that. Like that's just perfect.
Oh, that is such a great movie. It made me like warm inside to think about it. Okay, Christmas. I'm wearing a Christmas sweater. All right. I hate these. Natty or Not, Jake Gyllenhaal and Roadhouse.
Did we
Did we?
throw it out?
Good.
You gotta
I
get another
don't like
one.
the Natty or
Okay.
Nots because I never care or know. Would you rather wear an ugly Christmas sweater or a Santa hat? Christmas sweater.
Christmas
Yeah,
sweater.
Christmas sweater.
All right.
Yeah.
Debate
Christmas
over.
Yeah, let's get into it. So again, we got my girl, Krystal Duncan here, who, we've known each other for a while now. And so I kind of asked around to see what people wanted to know from you. And I think the most asked question that I got was, do you still think you can beat me in a race after I dogged you at the track?
demand
You
for
did
this
dog
time.
me, first off.
I got it on video.
It was way too close.
It wasn't.
You should have smoked
I played
me,
with
actually,
you.
but you didn't.
I played with you.
No, okay. Of course
Did I
you would
not to
say
the
that.
end?
I do
saw
think
that
you would
you
say
thought
that.
you won. I was like, I got you, right?
No,
Did I not?
No.
On another episode of Sav does not know what we're talking about.
We raced. Krystal thought she was faster than me,
Okay.
and I had to show her that she, in fact, is not faster than me.
He almost lost.
I did not.
so-
I literally played with her. I stayed with her
You
the whole time,
literally
and she was,
won.
and then I was like, wow. I
was
just pulled off
what?
at the end. She was
So you were just kind of like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'll let her think that she's winning,
Yeah.
and then you.
because she really thinks she's an athlete, and then I had to show her.
Okay.
There's
Ooh,
different
shots
levels
fired.
of athletes.
What?
Athlete,
You
You guys
athletes
are
here.
friends. I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, seriously though. Tell us a little bit about how you got into training.
Gosh, well, I've always been an athlete. I went to college on a track scholarship, played
Badass.
sports in high school. It was a little school.
So cool.
Cut out. And then literally after I graduated college, a few months later, my mom, she passed away. I had to take care of my little sister. So I found myself overweight, doing just nonsense at the gym. And so I found, I was introduced to a boot camp actually, and that's where I lost weight. That is how I got into fitness. And then from there, it was just it's something I never turned away from. I lost quite a bit. I learned how to actually lift through that boot camp. And
What was the boot camp?
It was Made Fitness Boot Camp.
Made Fitness. Okay.
That is where I learned everything. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways.
but you have a finance background.
So I was in banking for the
Thank
longest.
you. Come on, tell the story. See what I mean? Tell
Okay,
the story.
so I graduated
quick
college,
synopsis.
was in
Sorry,
banking.
that's me.
I always say I grew up in banking, and I don't know, fitness was growing on me. Everybody's like, you need to be a trainer. And I'm like, no, I don't, because I don't want to hear people complaining all the time. They're like, but look at your body. I'm like, that's not a good reason to be a personal trainer, because
Not at
you
all.
have and it's like one of those things where you hear people talking about their calling and running away from it. And I was like, let me just see. So I became certified in 2015, still a banker, but after work, I would go to the gym and train some of my friends or whatever, or they'd come over to my apartment and I would train them. And I was like, okay, this is really cool. Time passed. I was like, I don't really. It's funny, I didn't like sales, but this is what you do for yourself anyways when you're in business. And I was like, I need to get out. But it was opportunity after opportunity. And I was like, this is very comfortable though. I don't know how to make money in personal training. Just all the realness of starting something that from scratch. And I'll never forget, I was working, it was my final bank. I'd worked at 3 different banks, one for 5 years, one for a year, and then I followed my manager to the last bank I worked at, and we had the best year ever. It was crazy. I'd never been number one in a whole entire company,
Wow,
and
that's awesome.
we were on our way, and I had closed my last loan, which was $1 million purchase, which is small in comparison to some of the things we had already done.
Wow.
And went to a gala that night, and my client was like, I thought you guys sent the money to the attorney. And I was like, yeah, we did. We wired the money. And my manager's like, just wait till we get to the office Monday. I was like, something's terribly wrong. Where is this $1 million? And fast forward to Monday, I lost my job because we sent the money to a fraudulent wiring account.
Oh, no. How
and
does that even
it's-
happen?
Well,
People are really good at
so
scamming.
the attorney we were working with, their servers got hacked and they were intercepting my emails. And so when I asked for the wiring instructions, they sent me they transposed one of the phone numbers to the attorney's office.
Wow.
So, but because I didn't call to verify the wiring instructions, I was the front line for the bank.
That's so not fair, though.
Well, yeah.
I know you're
But it had
taking
to happen.
accountability for it,
So
but
somebody got a
yeah.
milli from you?
No, so this is the crazy
where did that
thing.
go?
It was like November 2017. I was set to get this huge bonus. I was like, I love my manager, so if she hears this, she knows my heart. But I was like, I'm going to get this bonus, and I'm going to break loose. Like, I'm going to go ahead and start. I already had some clients on this side, and I just know myself. If I had gotten that bonus, I would have never left. I never got that bonus anyways, but it just had to happen. So lost my job, but in that same week, I had just closed on an Airbnb also. So I knew I was going to have money coming in from that as well. So I was like, do I tell it, do I go through with this? Like, do I sell the property? Like, what do I do? And by the grace of God, it was already making money before that 2017 year ended. The bank got their money back, and that never really ever happened. So yeah, we lost $1 million. I lost my job. They got their $1 million back. My Airbnb was making enough money to afford me the opportunity to continue building out my business.
It really
so
did
by the
happen
grace
the
of
way it was
God,
supposed to,
it
yeah.
had to happen.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so yeah.
It's crazy how like you could have not lost your job. Like maybe they would have seen like, oh, this wasn't really like her fault, even though it was, but like, this is a fraudulent occurrence. They could have, not let you go, or they could have like given you the bonus, and like things could have turned out.
Yeah.
It's crazy how just like things have to happen the way they happen in
Yeah.
order for your path to go where it went.
Well, it's funny. It's not funny, but I was with the special team was that handles these things, and we used to take these web-based trainings every year that basically you were trained on what to do, like wiring instructions. I thought that the back office called the attorney to verify before they even wired the money. I didn't send the wire. And he pulled out this attestation that you took this training and you understand everything in this training. And he's like, do you remember reading that you're supposed to call? Do you remember attesting to this? And I was like, yes. and that day they took my laptop, and that was it.
Dang.
And I've been training ever since. I haven't looked back. My manager, she was like, it's just one call and I'll get you somewhere. I was like, no, I'm just going to do this, because it had to happen. It had to happen like this. And God has carried me this far, like nothing and no one else. It was a God thing. So I love that. I'm here.
I love that.
That's awesome.
Something that I hate the most about you is that you're very shy and introverted. But but this is not who you are in the gym.
No.
In your training sessions, even when if we're working out. How do you handle that duality? Like,
We were just talking about this before you
were
got
you?
here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's.
I'm
I
glad you
wasn't
brought
here,
it
so
up.
let's jump into it.
I feel like in order for me to show up the way I need to show up for my clients requires me to have some sort of solitude, just to kind of replenish. It's and at first I was like, man, being an introvert, like there must be something wrong with me. Like, how can all these
Something
people?
wrong with you.
I'm not. Be quiet.
I'm sorry.
And then at some point I was like, I really don't care. This is who I am. And I give my best that I possibly have in the gym. And that is all that matters. Outside of the gym, I try to be as nice as possible to people. Because I think people mistake me being quiet for some sort of like arrogance or rudeness or something. That's just not me. I just don't know what to say because I'm socially awkward. And I just try to be the best mom I can be as well. So
most trainers aren't introverts. So do you feel like does your day drain you? Does it take a lot for you to be
Sometimes
on
it does.
during those sessions?
I disagree with you too.
Thank you.
Most trainers are not introverts.
Do you?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
I think it depends on what your definite, because we talked about extroverted introvert is what I think I am.
What was the first word?
What is an extrovert and an introvert? Like, I feel like it's an energy thing. So if you're an extrovert, you like your energy is revived by being extroverted, by people, being surrounded by that. But if you're an introvert, your energy is replenished by solitude and space. And I think everybody needs a degree of both. But I think more people, like when they're alone for too long, they're like, okay, I need people again. And that's most people again too. But I think what she's trying to say is like she can be outgoing, but at the end of the day, she's an introvert. I think a lot of trainers can be outgoing when they are on and doing their job. But like, you know, outside of that are introverted people.
Okay.
I would, if you ask my clients, they would think I was extroverted.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I'm good. I'm showing up for you the best that I can. So I'm glad you appreciate that and see that. But, and then also, I mean, I think the settings I'm in, like me and my friends, we have a good time. Yeah. But, you know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I do need solitude.
What's your preference? And then we'll jump into this even more. You know, you and I have had a lot of conversations, you know, about training and career and what you want. And I just remember, like, I was trying to push Krystal, like, yo, you could really, like, I don't say this about a lot of people. Krystal's a really good trainer, like a really good trainer. Like if I would, like as a guy, I would be comfortable training with her if I was looking for a trainer.
Look at you being sweet.
That's all you're gonna get today. That is it. I promise you.
That is a high compliment as a female trainer for like another like highly respected male trainer or just person, you know, like were to tell me that, I'd be like, thank you.
Yeah. And
I appreciate that.
Like our conversation was like, I was like, yo, you really could be doing so much more, not just in Nashville, but like globally, right? Yeah. You really could be running it. Like you got the look, you know what you're doing for real. Like high key, you're athletic. So you're not awkward like on film. Like you look like people look for you and say, oh, I want to look like that. That's what I want, right? And then she just looked at me and she was like, it's not what I want though. And I was like, what? Why not? Because that's what I want, right? Like I want it all. She's like, nah, I just want to train my girls and go home and I'm cool. And I was just like, Krystal, did you hear what I just said to you? And she was like, man, that's pretty much all I want. So that's why I say she's very like introverted. Like this is like her little space is cool, and that's if I can pay my bills and
you can also be cool, like an introvert and want it all else. Too. You know,
like, in a different way. Like I don't need to be in the spotlight.
So talk to me about like what drives you. What are you chasing, so to speak?
Honestly, a peaceful life for my kid and myself. And just, how can I say? I just wanted to be able to do whatever I want to do when I want to do it. And that is the life I build out. That's how I build out my schedule. I'm
just going to applaud that.
That's just is what it is. I don't mind saying no.
Yeah.
And that is okay. I just want a peaceful life. That drives me. Being healthy drives me. A happy kid.
Peace is expensive in today's world, you know, like it's if you prioritize it, it's interesting what you find, like it's hard to come by. Like peace of mind, you have to protect it, you know, like, so I really respect that because you're like focused on like, I just want peace in my life and in my kids' life. Like, I don't care what y'all are doing. I don't need y'all to look at me. I don't need like to be like, and that's great because if you wanted those things, you know, like having peace of mind first, it's probably a lot easier to acquire things in general.
A large reason of why, outside of like just her being a good trainer, and we kind of talked about this even when Tara was on. So it may have been like maybe a year or two ago, something like that. Like Terry reached out to me. It's like, hey, I need like 5 black female trainers in Nashville, and I couldn't think of any. Like it was you and Tara. And I was like, was Krystal, was Tara? He was like, anybody else? He's like, he's like, I've tried. I figured I'd reach out to you. And I was like, oh, snap. I don't know. And I also know like females who are looking for a black female trainer. Like that's like, okay, like let's just be real, right? Like there's not a lot of good trainers for real, right? It's definitely not a lot of good female trainers. Black female trainers is a whole nother, like you keep sifting stuff out every level you go, right?
Would you say it's fair to say there's a lot of trainers in general?
I think there's a lot of trainers in Nashville.
Trainers, yeah.
It's a lot of trainers in Nashville.
So picking out the good ones is
It's tough.
Yeah. Okay.
Picking out, to our conversation even with Tara, picking out a good black trainer is even tougher. Picking out a good black female trainer is even tougher. Because some women just prefer working with women, right? Like, I know you're cool, Gerell, but I would just rather have a female trainer.
Totally, yeah.
And so I understand that.
Yeah.
And even like when I have people that will reach out for references, it's like, oh, it's like, well, same two people, either you or Tara,
and
right?
vice versa, yeah.
So do you feel that? And that's one of the reasons why, like, I literally harassed her, like, yo, come here, we're gonna write this plan out for you. And she was like, no, I don't want that though. And I was like, but the people need you. And she was like, yeah, that's cool, but I'm just gonna train and go home and play with my daughter, and then I'll see y'all tomorrow.
That's so admirable, though. I love that.
Yeah. Do you feel like, not a pressure, but do you feel a need to fill that space, especially in a city like Nashville, or are you just like, nah, I'm cool?
I really just feel like who is for me is for me.
Yeah.
And I that's my answer to that. I don't feel a need to do anything except be the best personal trainer to the clients that have chosen me, because they could have chosen anybody else. So I do want to touch as many people as I can, but I don't know how to do that without doing the social media thing.
Yeah, I get that.
I don't know how to do that.
It's almost like somebody was trying to, but
through social media.
That's how
You gonna run my social media for me?
No, I won't.
Okay.
But there are people that will.
I've tried that before.
Person, but
I remember trying that.
That's such a hard like bridge to cross. Like, as somebody who you switched careers to be a trainer, I did the same thing, and then I remember really diving into knowledge and learning how to be a good coach, and then Instagram, TikTok, and then you're like, now I have to learn how to be a good video editor and a good marketing agent.
Yeah,
for
you don't
myself.
though.
I have
You can get somebody else to do it.
but you got to make enough money to afford those things. You got
or
to
barter. Figure it out.
You can.
Yeah.
You can.
barter,
And that's what I'm
for
saying.
sure.
That's what I'm saying is, like, it was a hard bridge. And for a long time, I was like, I don't do that stuff.
Yeah.
Not I can't, but I don't do that, because I got into this industry to know about training and not about social media.
Yeah.
And a lot of the best coaches I've ever known have less than 100 followers on it. They don't do social media.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side of that, I was like, I can reach more people if I just buckle down and do it. So I just adopted the adopt or die, and I'm gonna learn, it's not gonna be fun, but maybe I can make it fun. And then I did, and figured out ways to make it fun for myself that are still helping me to promote my business and be able to acquire more clients and reach more people. But it's all up to me at the end of the day. You can still reach people without social media too.
But it might be the rebel in me too, but
it is.
being a rebel makes no
Not
money, right?
You're not gonna do it. Yeah, exactly. So and I was gonna say, a mentor of mine told me, I take it personally. He's like, there's someone telling you that you're the best kept secret is not a compliment.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Right?
It walks around with
right?
me, yeah.
And so it's you are again, high level, probably one of the best, not just female trainers, but trainers. I put you up against damn near anybody.
Awesome. Now
But nobody knows it. Nobody knows it though, because you don't post, or if you do, it's like, hey, here's the girls, they're working out. All right, bye. And it's like, well,
Bye.
Exactly. And so that's why, I was literally trying to push her into yo, you have to adopt, because there are things just within running the business that you have to adopt. It's long ago, if you weren't in the yellow pages, then you didn't have a company. Right. If you're not on social media, you don't have a company. Sales come with running a business. Marketing comes with running the business. Social media is part of your marketing campaign. So if you don't love it, just like I told you, shoot some stuff and just post it. So I'm not really on there. I can put it on my calendar to social media, you can automatically post. I don't have to be on there. At 10 o'clock on Wednesday, just post this video. And I'm people are like, oh, this is cool. But again,
it's funny because I'll listen to him and I'll be like, I'll get on a good
she's
stretch.
I'm going to do it. Yeah.
And I'll do it.
And then she just disappears again.
Good Lord, this is for the birds.
Well, because you can either get really into it like I do. I get really into the editing now because I wanted to make it fun for myself. And I'm like, how can I make this fun? And I edit it the way I like it. And it's fun for me to do that. it's not fun for me to do it the way the algorithm tells me to do
Yeah.
it. So I run into those like, all right, should I just like, you know, because I can be a perfectionist about it too. And I'll be like, I want to make sure I'm actually more not, it's interesting. A lot of people think when you say I'm perfectionist about my like social media, in fitness, you'd think it'd be about the way I look. It's never about the way I look in the video. It's about what I am saying, because I like to try and educate. So like, you guys are trainers, you know how like sometimes you can say something and it comes off, you know, like and you're gonna come off to somebody not the way you intend.
That's a
That's
real,
just gonna happen, you know, like, and so people pleasing is there too, you know, you have to let go of some of that. But I'm more perfectionist with like, if I'm writing a caption or I'm putting information like words in the post, that I'm like, I want to make sure that's worded in a way that makes sense. You know, I want it to, and I want to talk about this when I'm talking about that, because this makes sense. And, you know, like I get so
You have,
into
like,
the
5
education
paragraphs.
piece. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
back up, Sav, how would you train a client right now? Go. And that's what you say.
That's good.
You know, like that's kind of how I like talk to myself through it, because if social media gets to a point where I'm so stressed out that I'm like, it's giving me anxiety, I put it away.
Yeah.
And it's still grown when I've done that. And then that gives you more of like okay, now I can step away when I'm anxious about it, or when it's overwhelming for me and there's too much going on. And then like, okay, I'm going to just get back into it when I'm ready. And then I get back into it. And it's like, and now I've kind of found like just this nice little balance, you know, to where I don't feel like I'm on it so much that it's all consuming. But, you know, I do wonder, you know, when is the day that all this stuff's going to blow up? Will that ever happen?
No. It's here to stay.
Have you ever
Maybe,
gone
maybe
through,
not. Who knows? But I'm just going to kind of adapt until I go. And if it's becoming something that I like is hurting me, then I'll back up and reassess. But go on with what
Well,
you're
have you ever faced imposter syndrome?
saying. 1,000,000,000%.
And how did you overcome that?
Usually stepping away and being in some kind of creative space, like, and that's usually alone. And like, cause that usually stems from overwhelm for me. I don't know, like I've definitely struggled with that a lot. And I would say the way I handle it the best is to back up and take some time alone and get creative. Cause usually when you're creative, there's motivation there, but I can only get creative if I back up, you know, like if I'm too close to everything, it's impossible for me to get on that level.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? Imposter syndrome.
Yeah. I have to take a break from it, because then what I find is the underlying issues that I'm probably comparing myself to something I've seen and how maybe eloquently they said it, and thinking, I wonder if would I have said it like that?
Right.
And is that good? If what I was going to say, is that good enough? Like, how does it stand up? And like all these people already following this person. So
Yeah. And you think, what's the point?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've totally been there several times. And it's like,
but you know, you're a good trainer.
You do.
I know that I do good work.
that's what you have to do is like back up from it for a second, like have those reassuring like moments with yourself, like validate yourself. And then when you come back to it, for me, it's like, I'll scroll, like, especially if I'm like looking for an idea, that's the worst thing you can do is scroll and then go compare yourself to like, wow, they said that really well. Or like if you have an idea and you're like, I'll go scroll and get ideas for my idea, even worse. Like that's where you run into the like, wow, they said it so well. I wonder like, but I don't want to plagiarize. Okay, now I can't do this. Like, you know, so
this
just
person's
backing
gonna
up and like
up on my page and think I took theirs. Like what?
No, exactly. And like I've actually had somebody take my entire caption verbatim and put it on a post and then tag me in it. And then I was kind of like, this is weird. Like, this is my words, but your post, but you tagged me. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
social media
it's
is a free fall. Like whatever you post, it's a copycat game. So if you post something that goes viral, I'm gonna post the same thing. So because I'm trying to go viral too. So that's just a part of it. It's not like I don't get on there and compare like that. If you have an idea, run the idea. Don't look for ways to say it or for people, because that's you're gonna naturally compare yourself.
And it's the law of diminishing intent too. Like you have an idea and then you're like really excited about it. Like I can't tell you how many times that's happened to me where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna write that down. That's a great post. And then like a day goes by and I'm like, I should really film that. 3 days goes by and it's like, yeah, Is it really a good idea though?
It's still not, but it's
and then
still
you talk
there.
yourself out of it.
Because especially with social,
You gotta do it.
stop. No, just post it.
Yeah,
and
that's
leave
what
it
I'm
alone.
saying.
Take
But what's your
hands off of it.
purpose or plan behind your post?
That's up to you. Like, what's your purpose of plan behind you posting? Like, because at the end of the day, nobody can say or do anything like Krystal except for Krystal. There's a reason why, like,
That's a big one.
why your people choose you, right? It's a reason why they don't come to me and they come to you, or they've left me and come to you, right? There's something that only Krystal has that attracts people. Right. And so when you're looking at Sav and like, oh, well, I can't say it the way she said it. She's so smart. Like, no, you need to say it the way you say it, because that's when it resonates. Like, use that accent, use that, like, being like, and again, you have different audiences, not just black women, but women in general, mothers, right? Like, oh, how'd you get back here after I'm still trying to lose my baby? Like, I can say the same thing. All right, ladies, postpartum, you need the XYZ.
Yeah.
And it's all facts.
Yeah.
Right? It's all science, right? And I can say, but you've never had it. I haven't. You're right. That's where you got me. But if you say it, they were like, well, I remember when she was pregnant and how she got back. And I've been following her ever since just to see if she would ever get back to her pre-baby weight. And now you're like, okay, so it validates you. Like, your life experiences validates you. So sometimes, like, I think you just have to, and I tell you this all the time, is just stop and remember who you are, right? Not just comparing yourself to, a Massey or anybody like that. Like, Massey has a certain thing, but you have a certain thing as well, right? I'm just using her. If you see that, I doubt you'll see it, Massey, but I'm just using her as an example, because I know those are people that we talk about. And she has a huge following, but there's a reason she has a huge following, right? So once she's consistent, so that's a draw.
Also, when you're not trying too hard, when I try too hard on something where I'm like really trying to perfect it or whatever, it's usually like you go through all that work and then you post it and you're like, wow, why was I so perfectionist about this? It's
and then just show up and be you.
It's
Press
one of
the
a
camera
billion
and do you.
trillion posts that go out every single day. Every day, people are posting reels, posts, carousels, all of it, stories. So that's how I like back up. And like when I'm like getting too in my head, or I'm like, I can't find the right words, or can't edit this perfectly, or whatever it is. Like, somebody already did this, somebody already said it this way, whatever.
That's how you know it's a good idea.
You back up and you go, this has probably been posted a million times.
Right.
Like, it doesn't mean your idea isn't like, a good idea. It doesn't mean like, oh, you're so unoriginal. It's just like, it's fitness. It's like, it's your life. It's just a day, and then tomorrow you post another one. And that'll be another day.
Nobody's saying anything different. Like, this industry has been around forever.
Yeah, someone else said that, but your post might reach them, whereas that post didn't. So it is firsthand. I mean,
I forget all the time.
Yeah.
And I've had the same followers since I started Instagram. And like, I forget all the time, and I shouldn't forget because they remind me. Like, when they like my post or they like comment on it, like something I didn't expect was helpful for something or someone, and they'll tell you, because they know you. And then they're like, I really needed this. And I'm like, wow, I saw this on my Explore page like 7 times, but my post reached that person.
Interesting you said
So
that,
you're absolutely right. Like, your followers are your people. And I forget that sometimes, because as it grows, you're like, cool, strangers from somewhere else. That's awesome. I'm glad you're here. But then the people who have been there, who follow you because they know you, they train with you, they're your family, whatever, like, those are the people I post for, because the other people, they're coming because of that, like, because you are you. And no one can be you like you. And it took me a long time to learn that with social media. But like, if you own that and you know who you are, like, the right people will come. And not everybody, but why would you want the entire world following you around? That's a lot.
Let's pivot here. I want to jump into about 4 years ago. You got pregnant.
I did.
Yeah. Tell me about that experience and kind of what you thought outside of training, just about you and your body. Like, were you panicking? Were you kind of freaking out a little bit? Like, oh, am I gonna be able to snap back? Is this really? This is really testing my ability to train myself. What happens if I don't? Like, what were your thoughts? Like, when you
I don't
postpartum?
know that.
Like, did that ever cross your mind? You was like, nah, I'm cool. I got it.
No, I knew I had it.
Yeah, she did.
I knew I could.
Yeah.
Because I even told them, I was like, just give me, I told some of my clients.
Yeah.
I was like, 6 months, just give me 6 months, and
Yeah.
I'll be like semi back. And I wasn't in a rush.
Yeah.
It was like a good challenge because
what advice would you give women after they have?
listen to your body, take your
Yeah.
time, and stay off social media. Don't. I hate when it's like what are they called? Snapbacks
Yeah,
are glorified.
same,
like,
yeah.
stop it. And
It's a
Dude,
snapback, like a.
So like when women have a baby and they go back to like she'll have a baby
They're like,
and
"Look
then
how
next month
quickly
she's
I don't
back
look
to
like
their
I'm pregnant."
Yeah,
Okay,
like
gotcha.
or I didn't just have a baby. So
Right.
yeah, they call it snapping back to like
No,
your
it's-
previous-
God,
It
that's
is.
triggering.
it is.
Yeah, I
and
bet.
Yeah,
I
because
hate
even
it.
like a picture, like a client, I remember she sent me this. Tiana Taylor. She had just had a baby.
I love Tiana Taylor.
She had just had her last baby. Like a month later, she posted a picture with her abs. And they were like, how does she have abs after she just had a baby like a month ago? And I was like, yo, like one, like you chill out, like relax.
Yeah.
Like there are so many things that come into play. Like with that, you don't even know that's Photoshop. You don't know if it's real or fake.
That part.
There's so many different things, like so many different, explanations I can give you into that. And so I was just curious, like if you went through that. See, what you guys don't really understand, I think a part of it is why she's so quiet. Krystal's actually really cocky. She's really like, I'm that person. Like she's really like, I'm that girl. I'm her, right? But she'll never say it. She doesn't talk, so people will never like. With me,
What is
I'll
wrong
say it.
with
Like,
you?
am I lying? Say I'm lying.
What?
Say I'm lying.
I'm confident. That you're confident.
Very.
You're confident.
Yes, but it's okay. It's not a bad thing. It's like when you say that out loud, like, no, I believe in me. Like I told you, like she said, oh no, give me 6 months. I'll be back. I ain't worried about that. I ain't worried about that at all. Like never crossed my mind.
I think it's just knowing. I mean, I've done hard stuff before,
Yes.
so
Yes.
literally, you have to hold on to that stuff.
Yeah.
You've done it before. You can do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just that. So
I want to get
Okay.
back into this, but before we do, we're going to take a quick break for
Okay.
our sponsors, and we will be right back.
All right, guys, we are officially we're back. We had to take a quick little break. I hope you guys
We're talking about
enjoyed.
snapbacks.
We're talking about snapbacks. Snapbacks, snapping that body back. What would be your top 5 post-pregnancy tips for women?
start out just walking.
Yeah.
I walked a lot after Milani came home, and
During too.
during I ran actually
You said-
I
know,
worked
you-
out
you
all the way
slick
up
tripping.
till
You
it
slick, I was slick worried about you. I was like, hey yo.
No, the doctor
But I
said
trusted you. I trusted you. I trusted you. I trusted you. I was like, she knows what she's doing. But I was like, hey yo, I'm about to come over there.
I worked out every week. I did not work out every day, obviously, but
Okay.
I did work out every week leading up to it. And
Aren't you supposed to if that was like what you were doing
Exactly.
before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I always, and maybe, I don't know, maybe it's me, like, 'cause I'm a dude, I don't get it. Like, even if you could be like Serena Williams, I don't care. I get nervous when I see like really pregnant women. Like, if she was like 1-2 months, whatever, but like really pregnant women,
I know
and
what
they're
you
like
mean.
running and
Yep.
jumping, I'm like, ma'am, please.
There was
please,
a woman
please
who,
don't.
when I worked at Hotbox, like up until sometime in her third trimester, was
Yeah.
kickboxing, cardio, heated
Yeah.
Yeah,
kickboxing,
no.
kickboxing in the
that's
beach,
crazy.
Yeah.
all the way up until
Strong.
and then like left for a couple months,
Came back.
right back, right
none of
back.
that happened. Yeah.
like
it's wild to me, like what women's bodies
We're
can actually
strong.
go to. Strong,
We're so strong.
AF, like for real.
Yeah.
To be able to see that, all the risks that come along with that as well, and then like just go back like to regular life like it never happened. Like, oh yeah, I'll see you guys on Monday.
It's interesting.
We've
how
been dealing with
natural
stuff since we were,
it is.
what,
Yeah.
10, 11?
Right.
Touche.
Y'all don't understand.
Don't
Touche.
understand.
Did you deal with postpartum at all?
I didn't.
No postpartum?
No, thank God. I
Okay.
did not. So I give it out to those women that do.
Yeah.
So
How do
No,
you
I
feel
didn't.
about, I feel like there's a lot of male coaches out there that are trying to be like postpartum coaches.
Mm-hmm.
I feel a certain type of way about some of them, not all of them.
Why?
Because I think like it's more than just reading a textbook, just like training in general, but like especially that. I think that's like, I don't know.
So you think that should
I
be
also
male?
haven't been pregnant, so like I don't really have like a strong opinion on it. I've met some male coaches who like just slap that on their bio one day,
Yeah.
and when you start talking to them, you're like,
yeah.
it's weird that you're specializing in this. Because
Yeah, I think there's it's a niche, so people
Yes.
study it to try to get.
Yeah.
I personally don't think you need to specialize in it. If you study it and just
I think you
figure
should
it
know
out.
about it, whether you're specializing in it
because you're
or
gonna get
not.
those clients regardless, right?
Yes.
Or you're gonna get those questions or whatever. It could be a year or two removed, and she's still having issues.
Yeah.
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 And so that's the biggest thing, like what you just said, like, hey, before we do anything, I have a client, she has 6 kids. She just had one, her youngest is, I think, 8 months or a year, somewhere there. And so she came to me, she's like, all right, I'm done having kids, I think, and I want to like drop this weight. And I was like, yeah, that's cool, but first we need to like rebuild your pelvic floor. It's trash.
Yeah.
I guarantee you it's trash, right? And she's
Yeah.
like, yeah, my abs haven't. I was like, I know. So we're not even worried about losing 30 pounds right now. We just need to get you back to like, let's get you back to
baseline.
normal
Yeah,
baseline, and then
baseline.
we can start.
Well, your body's gonna resist wanting to lose weight.
Well, she's been
if
pregnant for the
you're-
last 10 years.
Yeah.
Like literally, she's been pregnant
she's
for the
a strong
last 10
woman.
Yeah.
years, right? And I was like, man, what's going on over there? I don't want to know. Never mind. Don't ask. I don't want to know. But I was like, this is where we're starting. I don't really care about
Yeah.
all the other stuff. She was like, all right, cool. I'm going to trust you. I was like, that's all I need, right? So it's having those. You're gonna get those clients as a guy, as a female. Like you're gonna get
Totally.
those clients regardless. Why do you only train women?
I don't. I've
You
trained
don't?
men before. It's
that-
usually been like a husband-wife combination, though. So
Never just-
women come to me, and
Yeah.
and that
You don't get men that want to train with you?
no,
No?
I don't either.
no.
No?
I wish, man.
Okay.
Maybe it's because my Instagram.
Probably.
Maybe it's because of mine.
Maybe it's because of my Instagram.
Yeah.
Do you and I have already talked about this, Av. Do you get guys, industry or out of industry, that want to work out, but that's not necessarily their intentions? If you do, how do you handle that?
I don't get that.
You don't get that
I
at
think she's
all?
being modest.
You think she's lying? I know she's lying, actually.
I
know
think
she's
that's
lying.
happened. You probably handled it in a really classy way.
Yeah.
But I think you're being modest.
Yeah? Okay. She's gonna sit back. See?
She's being classy about it
All
now.
right, so we'll move on because clearly that's not something that you want to
Man.
that you
My
want to talk
cheeks.
about. Yes, exactly. My cheeks.
My cheeks.
So right, my cheeks. So we're
I
not.
hate
Honestly,
you.
like I've tried to put myself in the shoes of a person who like hires a trainer just because they think they're hot. Like,
Yeah.
it's really weird for me. I don't understand that. Like, I wouldn't pay you money
Just
if
to
I was
holler
into
at
you. Yeah,
Right.
You
like
don't think?
no, like that's like I don't know, like paying for a haircut from somebody that you have a crush on. Like,
You wouldn't? You wouldn't go like, so if you saw this hot girl,
if you just
did
happen
hair,
to be a good trainer or
No.
a good hairstylist.
no, Sav, you're lying.
No, I
Sav, you see a
legitimately
hot
wouldn't pay. That's
hairstylist,
just not
you
how I
wouldn't
would
book her?
like go about trying to get with that person.
Yeah.
You know, like I would approach it differently and not through something like paying you. Like
Paying you to
that's like go out with me. Here's
more
money.
about you,
Like,
right?
Core is your one-stop shop for all of your modern-day wellness and recovery needs. We believe in a multi-solution approach to wellness. That's why we offer different modalities such as IV drip therapy, NAD therapy, cryotherapy, red light therapy, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, and numerous others. Our services help our customers enhance athletic performance, boost mental and physical health, as well as aid in recovery at an affordable price. Whether you are an extreme athlete or just somebody who wants to feel better, we provide wellness services to help you meet your health goals. We make the world's most cutting-edge wellness services available at 225 locations nationwide. Taking charge of your health and wellness has never been simpler or more convenient.
She's trying to find the barrier of entry, right?
I would, if you were a trainer,
Go to a gym where I'm working out.
I'll never see you anywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's what I was
like,
gonna
and
say.
we run into each other.
I'll never see you anywhere else other than the gym. If I walk into the gym,
A gym, yes, not my work gym.
not your work gym, any gym. If I walk into a random Planet Fitness, I see Krystal. We talked about this on prior podcasts. You're not supposed to approach women at the gym.
These days.
These days, okay. Like we talk, it's kind of like
It depends on your approach, I think.
Thank you.
It doesn't depend on the approach. It depends on how you
depends
look.
on
It depends on if you're interested or not. If you're interested, there's no wrong way to approach a woman, right?
No, I'm not gonna be like, if I don't like you, I'm just gonna be like, no, I don't.
No,
we're good. Thank you,
Appreciate
though.
it, yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Right.
We're good.
That's
Thank
not
you,
bad.
though.
But if I don't approach you at the gym, I'm not gonna see you anywhere else.
Okay, but there's
Because you're gonna go home and be with Melania for the rest. Like you don't go anywhere else.
by approach. Okay, so like,
Yeah.
just
Talk to
thinking of
me.
two different scenarios here.
Okay.
Like, if Krystal was the subject, right? Like,
Yeah.
if I had a crush on Krystal,
Yep.
like,
She's at Carbon.
imagine me
Yeah.
like being like, "Hey, can I train with you?" And she says yes, without knowing my ulterior motive. And then we start training together, and then she starts to find out because I'm flirting with her and being weird or something, or trying to like, I clearly signed up to train with her for reasons other than training. She's gonna be like, have to like, I can imagine her having to like sit with maybe like, someone she trusts or herself and just be like, what do I do about this situation? This person is hitting on me now. I'm uncomfortable. They pay me money. I need to serve them. Like, that's a hard thing to put. That's a position I put her in. Whereas if I just go, okay, I think Krystal's cute. She's training at this gym. I'm gonna ask her a question that isn't weird. Like, I will approach her.
So you're
not
legs
wrong,
today?
Gerell. I will approach her,
So
but I
you
will
got
say like, "Hey, do you know where I can find the clips for the barbells?" And then go from there.
on the rack.
And then from that interaction, I can start the process of like getting to know Krystal, like, because from that interaction alone, I'm gonna get a lot of information. I'm gonna get her reaction to me at some random person asking her where the clips are. She's either going to be like, "Oh yeah, totally. Like, they're over there,"
She's
and be
gonna
really
do that
friendly
regardless.
about
She's
it.
interested or not. That's just who she is.
Sure. And if she's kind, then I'm going to be interested back. I'm going to be like, okay, like, she's really nice. Like, I dig her vibe. Like, maybe I'll figure out another question to ask her later.
Okay. Figure out-
But if she's rude
It's
to
usually
me,
like, what is that exercise work? And I'm like, boy, you know
I'm
what this
squatting.
works,
I'm
right?
squatting. That's what
well,
it
that's the
is.
thing. Is like, I'm playing out this whole
that's
scenario
cool.
as if like I
Never
was
seen
doing
that
it.
squat before. So that's a sumo. That's what you call that, right?
Why you turn your toes out
Turn
like
your toes
that?
out sumo, right? Yeah.
Come on.
But see, like, I'm explaining this whole scenario as if I was the one doing
Yeah.
this. But if I handed this
Proper
mission
way.
to a man, a guy, like, I'd be like, okay, go ask her a question and be cool about it. He'd be
But-
like, so is this a sumo? Like,
But women will sign up for training as an ulterior motive.
yes, I know. It happens.
So-
Women do it for hot men and hot men do it for women. But I
Yeah.
think women do it more for men.
Yeah, because
'cause-
you guys are afraid of rejection. Like she can't walk through like, hey, so
Well, also,
are you
women
working
think
back
that-
today? You're like, yeah.
They think
yeah,
their little
this is a
snacks
lap
walking
for it.
around too. They're like,
Oh,
he'll
what?
so want me if he trains me.
Right.
I'll wear the cutest set and my butt will look
but
so
you said-
good. Like,
that is the fastest way for me to ignore you.
I know.
Like literally turn like
Well, you're there to work.
yeah. Well, it's just it's not worth losing my
Exactly.
livelihood for.
Yeah, for
no,
sure.
you're
You're being
fine.
professional.
No, you're fine, ma'am. I just
I've
I
had
really
way
like
more guy trainer
driving
friends
my car
have to
and
deal with this,
having a
like,
house.
and like have come to me as my friend and been like, "Yo, I just started training this girl, and like, I think she's hitting on me," and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's uncomfortable." I'm sorry to hear that, and they don't know what to do, and like they're not always like flaunting themselves, but like. They pick up
can tell.
vibes and then
Yeah.
they're like, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, well, just don't do anything creepy. And, if you have to set a boundary, set a boundary.
Yeah.
But, like, she can behave that way. If it's making you uncomfortable, you do need to set a boundary,
Yeah.
but like the point is like being put in that position sucks for anybody, guy or girl, So it's like, don't train with somebody just because you think they're cute, like grow up here and figure out a different way, like if you have to spend money to get close to somebody you have a crush on, like Yeah, that's hard.
Red flags.
That's a big red flag.
Like,
All right, well, we touched that subject. You're a former collegiate athlete. How
Yes.
much of that mindset do you bring into your training? Because you don't work with a lot of athletes.
no, I don't.
So how much of that plays a part into how you coach? I know you still love to train like an athlete, but as far as like training and coaching your clients, how much of that plays a part into it?
I don't know that I have any direct correlation with it. It's kind of like I'm an athlete. I'll always be an athlete. I just try to get. I think that results come from getting someone just to believe in themselves, and so that is my
Agreed.
whole that's what I lead
So
with.
mindset.
If I can get you to believe in yourself and that you can do this, then it just opens up all the opportunities for you to get to your goal.
And what's your approach with that? How do you get someone to believe in themselves? I come to you and I'm training. I'm like, Chris, I don't think I can do this anymore. Where do we start?
Our mind, you got to stop speaking death. You either speak life or you speak death. You speak what you want
I like that.
so that you can see it. I always say you got to see it before you see it.
Yeah.
And so if you keep saying you can't do something, then you're not going to do it because you're not even setting up the atmosphere or your mind to even fathom reaching this goal.
And what's worse is people will imagine them failing.
It's so
themselves
crazy.
failing.
You got to be your number one fan.
You do.
You have everything all around you that's pulling at you and tearing away at you. You have got to learn how to be your number one advocate. You got to learn how to be like, I'm going to do this. I'm sick and tired of the same thing. There was a quote that was one of my favorite quotes by Tony Robbins. And it was basically saying that change happens when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of staying the
Yes.
same.
Yes.
And you have to make up your mind. Is this what you want? And if so, then you got to go full force towards it. And you got to leave the past behind.
Absolutely. Yeah. I've seen that a bunch of times in a bunch of different ways, said a bunch of different ways. What's worse?
What
yeah,
pain do
it's
you want?
hard
Yeah,
to
what heart do you want?
Choose your heart. Exactly. You can have, working out is hard. Eating well, having a nutritious diet, healthy lifestyle is not easy.
Nope.
Especially if you haven't done it before and you're trying to change your lifestyle. But choose your heart.
It's going to be hard until it's not, too.
Yeah.
And you got to approach it like that, too. This is something new. You've been eating like crap or you haven't been working out. This is we all get stuck in a routine sometimes. And getting out of that routine is hard, especially when it's challenging you. And so it's going to be hard until it's not. Face that truth and keep putting one foot in front of the other. Baby steps.
Yeah.
Baby steps.
Do you ever raise your voice?
No.
No.
I'm not one of those
You're
trainers.
not one of those. Never in the
No.
gym. You never had to. One of those.
No,
Don't look at me that tone of
I'll
voice
be
I'm one of those. trainers.
I might roll my eyes at you.
Yeah.
Or get quiet with you.
What's your
That's-
biggest pet peeve, from your clients? And it's not
And what's their name? No, I'm sorry.
talk smack about your clients. No,
I don't like no show. My biggest.
Tiffany really is like, oh no.
Yeah, I had to fire her.
when would you be rolling your eyes?
Oh, I hate when people get mad. What's the other quote is? You can't be mad at the results you didn't get from the work you didn't put in. I'm gonna roll my eyes every time, because you know what you've been doing away from me.
Yeah, don't bring me that.
No.
Don't bring me
Yeah,
I'm
that
only down 2 pounds.
Yeah.
Just thought,
You keep no showing me. You know what time you're supposed to be here.
That's how it goes, man. It's always a complaint about so you doing everything I told you to do?
Right.
But I mean, pretty much, no, you're not.
Except for the one
not.
thing, which
Yeah,
is
except
probably
what are
the
you
most
not
important.
telling
Except for the weekend. You remember the weekend? The video you posted? You remember that one?
What
I
are
saw
you
it.
not
I ain't say
telling me?
anything, but I saw it. I know what you were doing.
Yeah.
Chris, we're going to jump into what we call stretch your intellect.
Okay.
And in this segment, this is a random fact that Terry just puts out here.
Okay.
It's not for debate. It could be, it's probably, if I'm guessing, it's probably about Christmas. Christmas started in 1902 in Germany or something. It's going to be something probably very random.
Okay.
And then we'll read ours first. You'll go last, and then
Okay.
we always love to like leave our guests with the last word. So it can be something inspirational, motivational. It can be whatever it is. You know, eat your food.
Make sure
it can
you
be
eat a sandwich today.
yeah, whatever it is. That's your moment to like have a one-on-one with our people. Make sure, because I know you're not going to do
Senior
it. Make
quote.
sure you tell people where they can find you. And you have to promise that you're going to start posting more on social media. Okay, cool. We're going to go with...
Do whatever makes you happy, Krystal.
Right.
Like you said in the beginning, I just want to
We'll
do
stretch your
whatever I
intellect.
want to do. That's what you should do.
You want to go first?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Man, I feel like I've talked about candy canes a lot on this podcast lately. World's largest candy cane. Guinness World Records lists the largest candy cane ever created as being over 51 feet long. It was crafted in Geneva, Illinois.
Thought it was going to be somewhere else. You're so disappointed in Illinois. You're like, Geneva? Illinois. Like, you're so disappointed in reading Illinois. Like.
I was disappointed reading it. In 2012 by chef Elaine Roby, who had to use a crane to lift it. Well,
Did they eat
I
it?
hope, I don't know.
Okay.
It's just
Right.
That's a lot of work.
How many? How many licks does it take to get to the center
Center of a
the
giant
of a
candy cane.
51-inch candy cane?
Ask Elaine Roby.
Right. Mine is
Geneva,
the
Illinois.
cane breaking challenge. Candy canes are notoriously fragile, making them a popular holiday challenge item where people try to open the wrapper and eat it without breaking the cane. Is that a thing? I don't know. Terry, did you just make that up? I don't feel like that was. Do you try to open the wrapper without breaking it?
I do.
You do?
It's usually like where it curves at that it
Oh,
breaks.
okay. Of course, Krystal. Of course you
I
do.
just didn't know that was a thing people struggled with.
Yeah.
It's
Clearly it is.
Like strong
Clearly it's just
plastic
like I
out of
do, you know.
scissors? You
Strong
can take a
grip.
pair of
Krystal
scissors
over
and do
here
that?
breaking all the candy canes. Oh man, another one. Oh man.
Oh man.
I just can't get it open.
You're killing me today, Gerell. Okay.
Oh man. All right. Rich in antioxidants. Pumpkins contain high levels of antioxidants, including alpha carotene, beta carotene, and beta cryptoxanthine.
Yeah, come on, Bethel. There you go.
These compounds help neutralize free radicals in the body, which can protect cells from damage and reduce inflammation. So eat your pumpkin.
So
This is why reading labels is hard for me because like those are really big words. And typically you'd read a label and be like, ooh, big word. Shouldn't eat that.
Right.
But those are really big words that are good for you.
somehow we talked about pumpkins and candy canes, which are very opposite, but
Yeah. Well, fall, winter. Is that it? Do you not have one?
I read mine
What was yours?
about
the
Krystal's
wrapper.
strong grip. Her breaking the candy canes.
Oh, that's right.
without
Oh, yeah,
opening
the
them.
wrapper thing. Okay, candy canes and pumpkins. All right. Well, we've stretched our intellect about as
There
wide
you
as a
go.
pumpkin.
All right, Katie, this is your moment. Have at it.
I'm just gonna leave you with choose you.
Shout it.
Choose you. Like, and yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
that's
It's
it.
not a
Choose
woman
you.
of
I'm
many
very
words. Just choose you.
There's a
Choose
lot
you.
of power in those words.
There you go.
choose you.
Choose you. Where can people find you?
At Katie the Trainer. That's it. At Katie the Trainer on Instagram.
Only Instagram?
That's
Or
all I
your-
have.
Okay, that's all you have. All right.
Tomorrow she's going to have 100 million followers.
Well, she'll panic. She'll
What if that happens,
She'll
Gerell? She's
she'll
like-
literally never log back in. If she logged in, it's all like a
She'll be
million. She's
like,
like, yeah, I'm done with that.
I'm like, here's my
found me, guys.
Instagram. Here, Gerell. Here, act like me.
They found me, guys.
No,
I'm
but
never
it would
logging
be
back in.
the person who like doesn't like really care about doing social media. Like the one time they like, all right, I'm gonna care, and then they post something and
Yeah.
like a million views, and you're like,
Yeah, she would literally have a panic attack. Oh my God, I
Hand
have
my
a million
phone to you.
followers.
I'm like, here's my
Thought
user
about
and
that,
password.
And if I woke up, I've never had a post go viral, but if that happened to me and like that was the amount of followers I had, I would also probably freak out.
Really?
Oh my God, yeah.
Okay.
That's
You
a lot
probably
to think
feel
about.
like pressure to like,
Yes.
what do I need to do now to keep it? Or
Like is okay, exactly. I'd be like, what made this happen, and why do you all want to be here? Like why do you all want to be here? Like forever.
Suck
Like
it,
Yeah,
too,
it's that
right?
imposter syndrome kicking back in. Like, why you guys like me? Like, you think I'm pretty? You sure? Like, yeah, yes, ma'am. Anyway, thank you so much, Krystal,
y'all.
for stopping by. And
you.
this is another first, her first podcast as well. You got it out the way. You feel good
Crush
about
it.
it?
You're
good,
natural.
yeah.
All right, there we go. I am the Gerell Webb. This is
I am the Sap.
It's okay.
Dramatic pause. Perfect.
Right. And this is the Nashville Fit Magazine podcast, and we'll see you guys next time you press play.